Hello.
Yeah,
Hello.
hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Say hi from America. Hi to Japan from America.
Yeah.
はい、
Nice to
アメ
meet
リ
you
カ
all.
から日本へこんにちは。
こんにちは。
Konnichiwa.
Hello.
Hello.
And the longest long hair in the center is Haruka, a guitar.
Hi.
I'm Haruka.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm a big fan of your band and your work. You guys are very good.
あなたね、す
Thank you.
っごいのでって、分かってますね。はい、ビッグファンだそうです。はい、
Yes. Excellent. Very good sound.
サウンドがすごいいいって、そのぐらいは分かるよね。
はい、
はい、
Thank
いや
you
よかった。
Thank you.
わかりまし
はい、
You're welcome.
much.
あれ、みゆ、はい、
And
みゆ
he's new bassist.
New bassist.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. Very good. Very good. Nice to meet you.
お会いできて嬉しいです。
You're welcome.
Nice to meet
You're
you.
welcome.
Nice to meet you too.
And Joseph. I am Dennis.
Nice to meet you, Dennis, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's everything in Japan?
Yeah. It's
Nice
really
weather?
Yes. It is very fine today.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
today releasing day of the album.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah. It's a very, 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 very fine day.
Oh, good. Yeah, same here. A little bit rainy here in America, in New Jersey today, but still not too bad.
All right.
Yeah.
And the waiting drama. Hold on.
Okay.
お兄ちゃんはどこトイレ。
And we're waiting for one more band member, right? Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
あと一人待ってるんだよね、みゆ。そう、みゆを待ってます。
トイレ行きました。まだ帰っていません。
タイミングいいよと思って。
今日トイレ長いんですよ、みお。
He's going to bathroom and he's always
Okay.
takes time.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
問題ないって。
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're not.
昨日何昨日は蒙古タンメン食いました。
これで録画してるのね。
録画してる。
向こうでよかった
Very nice, very
So
nice.
some people might not know because I'm wearing my tie and my jacket, but I'm also the lead singer in a band. So
Great.
that's something we have in common. I'm a lead singer in yeah. And the name of our band is Rise After the Fall.
綺麗になってるね。
あは。
Okay.
バンド
Oh,
の
he's
名前
coming.
彼もジョセフもバンドのメンバーでやってるんだって。で、バンドの名前は、
Yeah.
バンドの名前は Rising After Fall。
Yes.
Rising
Rising
After
After
Fall ね。です。OK、みよ、最後に来たので、はい、自己紹介。
タイムミオ。
Okay. Nice to meet you.
ドラマ。
Pleasure to meet you.
お会いできて嬉しいですって。
I'm Joe Bennett.
ジョーです。
It's a pleasure.
僕も嬉しいです。
お会いできて嬉しいです
And like I said before, I'm a big fan of your music. I think you guys are very talented, and we're happy to have you for this interview today.
さっき言ったけれども、非常に、才能に恵まれたいいバンドだと思ってるし、サウンドが大好きなので、今日インタビューができて嬉しいです。OK、
ありがとうございます。
Shall we start?
Yes. I have a series of questions. So I guess the best way is I'll just go through one question at a time.
Yeah.
It'll go to the interpreter. The interpreter can tell you what the question is, and then you can answer loud and clearly.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so my first question is, now that we're starting the interview, maybe you can go each introduce yourselves and your roles in the band and your ages.
OK。メンバー一人ずつ大きな声で名前と、担当楽器と自己紹介してください。
ギターのはるかです。よろしくお願いします。
名前、
Hello.
だけじゃなくて、年齢は
15です。15です。15。
OK, I'm Hauka. And
Okay.
She's a guitarist, age 15.
Awesome.
はい、次。
Next.
I'm Mew.
Hello.
Hello, bass player. 16.
Okay. 16?
16, yes.
Okay.
He is 16 and
Very
bass
good.
player, Miyu. Mio.
Very good.
I'm Mio. I'm drummer 18.
18 years old.
Yes.
And you play drums.
Yes, he played drums.
That's great. I'm also a drummer too. I'm a lead vocalist now, but I was a drummer for 32 years. So I love drums as well. That's great.
ずっと
Excellent.
32年間ドラマやってて、今はボーカルやってるけれども、長いことドラマやってたので、ドラマすごく嬉しいです。はい。OK。
Oh.
Okay, so moving on to my next question is we know you're from Japan, but where exactly in Japan are you all located?
日本からだっていうのは分かってるんですけど、日本のどこですかと聞いています。
今、東京です。
出身
は、私、福岡です。
Haruka is from Fukuoka. It's a quite west part of Japan in the Kyushu Island.
Okay.
And
ミオ
はい。
ミオとミオは、その福岡の隣の佐賀県です。
Okay, Miyu and Mio is brothers, and they are from
Oh,
Saga,
wow.
Saga, next to Fukuoka. So they are neighbors.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So my next question would be like, how did you all meet? How did the band form and come together? And then how did you come up with your band name Asterism, which is kind of a profound name? It's pretty neat and unique. How did you meet? And then how did you come up with your band name?
Okay. 3人はどうやって出会って、どうやってバンドを結成して、どうしてアステリズムという名前にしたんですかって、アステリズムっていう名前が、非常にこう、すっきりしててだけどユニークな名前だと思うので、そのあたりを話してください。
はい。まずバンドを結成したきっかけは、2014年に、もともとミオとミユは兄弟2人だけで、私はソロとして活動してたんですけど、ヤマハの音楽コンテストに別々に出てきたことをきっかけに、スタッフの方がこう2組を合わせたら面白いことができるんじゃないかなっていうことで合わせてもらったのが結成のきっかけです。
はい。
で、
じゃあ一遍通訳で。
それで、okay, the forming of the band, they had the Miyu and Mio was playing together, and Haruka was alone, a solo guitarist, and all of them has joined the competition presented by Yamaha.
Okay.
Okay, and one of the staff of the competition, he watched both of the players, and he thought it's quite interesting to put them together. It's going to be a great band, or some chemicals happens, so he let them meet, and then they understand each other is quite good, and it leads to form the band.
Right. So basically they were all doing music. The two brothers were playing by themselves, and then Helga was playing by itself. And through the competition,
Yes.
it wound up bringing them together through the Yamaha competition. That's very cool.
Yeah. And the band name is Asterism. Asterism の名前の由来は
は、いろいろ考えたんですけど、アステリズムっていうのは星群っていう意味で、3人それぞれ一人一人が輝いていて、それがさらに集まったことによって輝きが強くなるという意味を込めてアステリズムとしています。
Okay. Asterism means a group of stars, and members of three of them. Each of them is one star, shining star, but altogether three of them,
Oh, wow.
they shine much more than the one shining star, right? That's why they named after that meaning. That name is Asterism.
That's really cool. So not only does the name sound cool, but it actually has some deep meaning behind it. Each member being one of the stars. That's very cool, and I think that's really neat when you take the time to really think of your band name and what it and have the meaning behind it. So that's excellent. My next question would be: is all of your music original? And if so, who does the writing in the band? What do you particularly write about? Like, we would hear your music in the U.S. and it sounds really great, but and do you sing in Japanese or do you sing in English? Some of those questions like that, or both?
まず最初にアセリズムのバンドの名前に関しては、名前もクールだけど、ちゃんとこういろんなその背後にあるものを考えて、バンドの名前考えてつけてるところはもっとクールだねっていう話ですね。で、それからもう一つは曲をね、誰が書いてるのって。で、例えばあと曲に歌をつけるとしたら、日本語で歌う、英語で歌うと聞いております。曲誰が書いてるの？どうやって書いてる？
曲によってなんですけど、はい、一人がある一曲作ってきたものを、持ってきてスタジオで合わせるっていう場合もあれば、
パートごとで、なんか一緒に組み立てて作るような曲も
あります。
ヨセフは曲を切って、例えばどれかの曲を一個ずつとかでも例出してあげると。
ブレイズは私が丸1曲作ってきた曲です。で、それで3人でいろいろこう、より練っていった感じで、逆に。
ウォーニングはドラムフレーズに合わせて、僕のベースイントロから生まれた曲です。なんで、2人で曲を組み立てて、そこにギターをなんか入れていくみたいな。
Okay, so to create the songs, it depends on the song. For example, Blaze, Haruka created the Blaze first, and then take it to the studio. The Miyu and Mio listen to them, and they put each instrument part all together. On the other hand, Warning, Miyu and Mio formed the rhythm section first. And then Haruka listened to that, and Haruka put the guitar part into
Okay, great.
The basic running.
So it's a little bit of a collective of everybody in the band participates in the song. And if I remember correctly, Helga plays guitar, but she also she's the main singer, right? She's also the lead vocalist. Is that correct?
ごめんなさいね。はるかはギタリストだけど、メインボーカリストでもありますよねって言っております。
そうですね、ある意味そうだなと自分で思ってます。なんか一人一役みたいな感じで、ギターだけどボーカルみたいな意識はあります。
実際には歌ってないけどってこと？
そうですね。
Okay. Haruka is conscious. He is a guitarist and have the role as a main vocalist, but they don't sing because of their instrumental.
Okay, so the band is predominantly instrumental. There's no singing in the actual band. I didn't realize that when I've listened to a few songs, but there's no actual words. Is that what you're saying? It's all instrumental.
こうはっきりと何かの言葉っていうわけではないけれども、声が聞こえる曲があって、でそれは 日本語英語って何を言っているの？
英語を言ってます。そうじゃない。
そうそう。
そうだよね。Well, there is something like it's singing about some more like a chorus, yeah. And they are trying to sing in English,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it's some kind of chorus.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. That's cool. But I guess so. If you needed though, you try to sing it in English to stay, I guess, popular worldwide. But I guess you could probably sing some songs in Japanese also, right? I mean, are able to do that as well, or not too much.
日本語で歌を歌うってことも考えてますか？
なんですかね。挑戦してみないことはないかなとは思いますけど、今のところちょっとわからない。
Okay. They have no plans. Maybe it can be fun, but so far they don't think about singing in Japanese.
Okay. All right. Very good. That's great. And I think, English is a good way to, I think everybody pretty much has a feel for English throughout the world now.
Yeah.
It's a very common language. So that's a good way to get your music out. That's for sure.
Yeah.
How often does the band play in Japan, and do they have a pretty big following? Do they have a lot of fans? And is Asterism a pretty popular band in Japan right now?
Okay. 日本の国内でアスリズムもかなりポピュラーな存在だと思いますけど、日本国内で今どのくらいの頻度でライブやってますか？
地元の福岡の方では、毎月に1回ハードロックカフェ福岡でライブをやっているのと、あともう1個ライブハウスで定期的にライブを地元ではやってます。
はい。
で、東京、大阪でも、月に1回ぐらいはやってます。
Okay. In their hometown Fukuoka, they have a monthly live, which they're streaming on Facebook right now, and any one other live in the local town, and also Osaka and Tokyo, they have once a month they have live.
Oh, great.
あと、いろんなイベントとかにも出てます。
And they performed at festivals, events in domestic in Japan.
Any plans or interest to come to the United States so we could get a taste of Asterism in the future? Is there an interest for the band to come to the U.S. and play here?
アメリカでライブをしたいと思いますか？私たちはそのアメリカでアスタリズムのライブを見られるチャンスがありますか？近い将来。
アメリカでライブしたいと思ってます。
はい。近いうちに実現させます。
They do love perform live in the United States in the near future.
Yeah, we would love that. We would love to have you. And I think that would be a great concert with you in it. So we do hope that happens.
もうぜひアメリカであなたたちのライブを見たいと思います。で、業界にとっても非常に素晴らしい出来事になると思うので、ぜひいらしてください。
ありがとうございます。頑張ります。
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So next, can you name some of your musical influences? Like if you asked Joe Bennett, the owner of Talent Raters and TR Magazine, I might say my influence are Godsmack and Stained and Slipknot. And, what are your influences as musicians, other artists that have influenced you and helped you to make your music?
Okay. 自分たちの音楽なんですけど、で最も影響を受けた人たち、今までインタビューで、何人かの名前は見たことがありますけれども、もっと他にこの人にはすごいこういう影響を受けたとかいう人がいたら教えてください。
私は、ギターを始めるきっかけとなったのがラウドネスの高崎明さんで、すごく影響を受けてます。はい、で、他に、海外で好きなギタリストは、アーチエネミーのマイケル・アモットさんが好きです。
ごめん、今のところがもう一回、音が切れた。
海外のギタリストさんで好きなのは、アーチエネミーのマイケル・アモットさんです。
マイケル・アモットね、はい。 Okay, the Haruka, the guitarist, has been influenced a lot. A guitarist Akira Takasaki from Loudness, Japanese.
Yeah.
You know him, and the artist outside of Japan, she loves Mark Abbott from なんだっけ Arch Enemy. Yeah.
Excellent. I mean, is the band aware of? Do they also listen to some of the U.S. bands? I mean, one of my favorite bands would be Metallica. Do you guys know about Metallica?
メタリカ知ってますか？
はい、知ってます。
アメリカのメタルバンドも聞いたりしますかって彼はね、メタリカが大好きなんだって。
私たちもメタリカ好きで、
They love Metallica as well.
Oh yeah, they're excellent. I'm actually very excited because I'm going to see Metallica in October for the very first time, and I've loved them for a very, very long time. So I'm very excited about that.
Wow. 10月にこれだけ長いことずっとメタリカ愛していて大好きで10月にやっと会えるんだって。
Yeah. Very good, right? Very good.
Yeah, very good. Very exciting.
Okay, so everybody likes to know, all musicians like to ask the question, especially me, like, what gear do you play with? And when I say gear, that means what types of guitars and amps and drums. What is your gear?
自分たちが主に使っている楽器のモデルを教えてください。
私は、ヤマハのパシフィカを使ってます。
Yeah, Haruka is using a Yamaha Pacifica.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yamaha's good stuff.
Okay. You.
僕はESP の E2 のストリームというモデルを使っています。
That is Miyu, the bass. He's mainly using a 7 strings ESP.
Oh, ESP. Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
4弦ベースです。
How about
4 bass.
How about your amp? What amp?
アンプは
Eden.
Yeah, Miyu is using Eden. Yeah.
Nice. And what color is your bass? What color is your bass and guitar? I didn't ask what color, but do you have a particular color of your guitar and bass?
ギターとかベース特にこう気に入ってる色とかいつも必ず使っているとかありますか？
やっぱり基本黒系ですかね。
はるか prefers the black.
Black. My favorite color.
僕も好きだって黒が。ミユは
Very good.
僕も黒を基準とした色を。
Basis as well. Miyu as well the black.
You can't beat that. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, it's my favorite color. How about the drummer?
はい、ミユ、ドラムのモデルを教えてください。
まあ場所によっていろいろなんですけど、好きなのはヤマハのドラムと、あとレコーディングとかだったらジルジャンのシンバルを使ってます。
Oh yeah, nice. Yamaha drums with Zildjian cymbals.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
That's excellent. That's excellent. Do you have a few drum sets? Yamaha is very good. I have a DW collector series, Zildjian cymbals, Sabian cymbals, Peist, and I have 5 drum sets. And is that your only drum set, or do you have a few drum sets you play with?
自分で持ってるドラムセットは1種類ですか？それとも何種類か複数持ってたりします？
スネアだとDW のそのコレクターズシリーズのスネアとあとソナーを使ってます。
Yeah, he doesn't have much set, but he's using a snare drums DW collectors series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And is that a 4-piece set, a 5-piece set? How many pieces and what color?
ミオが使っているドラム何ピースセットですか？
そういったタムが2つでクロアタムが1つです。トンです。
Nice. Three toms and a snare, so and a bass drum, so probably like a 5-piece. Five pieces.
And the floatum,
Five.
yes.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. That's all you need. That's all you need to make music. Let me tell you. That's very good.
音楽作るんだったらもうそれで十分。それがあれば絶対音楽はできるからって。Yeah.
Thank you.
Good. Well, that was really great. And my next question would be, what is your greatest dream or aspiration as musicians? Like, you're all younger right now, but what's your biggest dream as a musician? What would you like to have happen in your career? If you tell the world now.
Okay. あなたたちはまだまだみんな若いけれども、ミュージシャンとしてこの先の最大の夢は何ですか？
最大の夢はアステリズムとしてワールドツアーをして回ることです。
Okay. They want to hit the road as an Asterism, do the world tour.
Nice. That's a very good goal. I mean, that's a very great goal. That's what every
Yes.
musician wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's very good. Where does the band see themselves in 5 years? Where do you see yourselves in 5 years?
Okay. 5年後のアステリズムどうなってると思いますか？
もう世界に引っ張りだことですね。
They said they are so much popular in the world.
Good. That's great. So basically, in 5 years, you guys plan to still be together. You still plan to be making music and still going bigger and bigger, I imagine, right?
Yes.
Right. 5
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
We don't have to worry about Asterism going anywhere in 5 years. It's just going to be there and stronger, right? We're still going to have that good music.
いや、5年後って聞いたのは、5年後にまだみんなが一緒にやっていて、もっとビッグになってるっていう姿を全員が一緒に思い描いてるということを今聞けたので、すごいいいなと思って、じゃあ5年後にもっと世界中でアステリズムのライブが見られたり、音楽が聴けたりっていうことを僕たちは期待できるんだね、すごいね、楽しみだねって言ってます。
ありがとうございます。
Nice. Well, we look forward to more of your music in the future. You guys are really great. Well, I want to ask you guys, like, do you have any albums that you've worked on? Do you have one album? Do you have multiple albums? What's currently out there right now? And you could talk about that. And then to follow that up is, how can people get your music? How can they buy Asterism's music? Amazon, iTunes. Where are you guys at? Can people get you everywhere?
Okay. アステリズムの音楽を聴きたい人がどこでアステリズムの音楽を手に入れることができるか教えてください。ストリーミングは情報はもう公開になってます。ただこれほらインタビューで載るから、インタビューを見た人がそのままじゃあ聞いてみようかって振って聞ける状態なのかどうか、それを伝えたいと思っているはずなので、だから CD は日本しかないけど、iTunes とか Spotify とかでストリーミングでサブスクライブできますっていうので大丈夫ですか？
はい。
で、私が話してしまったので、私が答えるような羽目になるんですが、それで OK でしょうか？OK ですか？ OK。
CD は日本にしかないんですけど、iTunes とか Apple Music とか Spotify とかで聴けると思います。海外でも。
はい。Okay. The CD of the edition is only sold in Japan, but you can subscribe their music on iTunes and Spotify and Amazon and what else? Yeah.
Okay, so like if people are, will there be an opportunity for Americans to buy a CD if they want? Some people still like to buy the actual CD in the case. I know you said it's just available in Japan, but is the band working to make that available, build their market, expand their market outside of Japan. So we could also, I would buy your album tonight if it was available. So that's my
はい、今彼が聞いているのはアメリカでも実はストリーミングじゃなくて実際に CD を物理的にね購入したいっていう人がまだ残ってると。でもし今アメリカで買えるんだったら僕は今晩にでも君たちの CD を買いに行く。で、そのマーケットを国外に広げるつもりはありますか？これは、まあ、
できることならしたい。
できることならそうしたい。Yeah, if it's possible, they like to expand the market outside of Japan to sell the CD to outside of Japan. They actually, on behalf of them, they had a Kickstarter this time so they can deliver some of the CD to outside of Japan. And after today, this release day, there is one website they can deliver the Asterism to the CD to the world, and you can buy it in Amazon Japan, amazon.co.jp. You can buy the Asterism CD as well.
Right. Yeah, because I think it wouldn't be, that difficult if somebody wanted to purchase a CD and then just pay the shipping, if they were willing to pay the shipping even. And I think that there would be a lot of individuals that would be interested in your music in the United States. And I think that you might want to think about expanding that and making that available.
They sure will.
Good. Very good. And also on Talent Raters, if you have some songs or even some past songs or videos that are high quality, you can send us the YouTube links of that, and we can feature your music on our homepage on our Talent Raters website. And that's only for musicians that we consider our top quality, high quality musicians. And if you were willing and you wanted to send us some video links, we could certainly feature your music on our website as well, which would help.
Okay.
So, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. 高解像度のビデオなどを送ってくれればウェブサイトでフューチャリングミュージシャンとして取り上げて特集組んで紹介しますということですんで、それはねみんなはもちろんというと思うので、あとは松宮さんとデニスでお願いします。
はい。
はい。Okay.
お願いします。Thank you.
They are glad to hear that the videos on the website.
Yeah, we'd love to have Asterism on our homepage where everybody can see and get it. So,
Thanks.
Absolutely. So that'd be great. I know you guys are younger, but I don't know if any of you remember Freedom Williams, but I had the privilege of interviewing him yesterday, and he's a celebrity rapper, from the CNC Music Factory. He did the song Sweat. And we were talking in the interview, and one of the things that we had talked about was that the internet is such a big common thing today. But one of the profound things that he had stated, we said, well, has the internet really helped the industry, or has it really hurt and affected the industry? And immediately his response was, it has hurt and destroyed the industry, because once upon a time back in the 80s and 90s, if you wanted to get somebody's music, you would have to go to the music store and buy that album. Now everybody's throwing their music up on the internet, and it's so easy and free. And I just wondered what you guys as younger musicians think about the internet and what it's doing to the industry, because once upon a time, there was the music industry and the automobile industry and the fashion industry. And now with the internet, it's all just like one industry. And it's very difficult nowadays for artists to make money because it's all available and free on the internet. And that's, I know that's a lot, but I'll let you translate that to them and let them think about what they want to respond with.
Okay. 実はこの間ちょっと有名なラパートにインタビューすることができて、その人と話してたんだけども、昔は音楽が聴きたかったらレコード屋さんに行ってレコードとか CD を買ってそれを聴くっていうのがあったし、洋服が欲しければファッションインダストリーがあって、レコードは音楽のインダストリーがあってっていうふうに分かれてたんだけど、今や全てがインターネットになってしまった。 だから洋服も食べるものも音楽も何もかもがインターネットになってしまって、そしてインターネットはいろんなものをタダにしちゃったと。で、それがある意味音楽業界にとってはすごく大きな影響で、ネガティブなことでもあるよねっていう話をしてたんだけど、多分君たちの場合はもう生まれた時からインターネットがあってずっとインターネットを使う生活をしてると思うんだけど、ミュージシャンとしてインターネットについて、どう思いますか？
個人的にミュージシャンとしてどう思うかというと、もっとアナログな世界が良かったなと。
Okay. Hunker, personally, she prefer the more analog
Okay.
industry. She prefers. ミューとミオは
はい、やっぱりそういうデータとしての形よりも、そういう形のある CD とか、レコードじゃないですけど、
Okay.
形としてやられるもの。でも、やっぱりインターネットがなかったら、ここまでアステリズム、世界中の人たちに聞いてもらうことはできなかったかなと思うので、そういう点で、世界に行くためには、いい手段でもあるのかなと思います。
Okay. The Miu said that he also preferred the analog type, but it's too much to say this. He preferred record, but the CD is better for him. But Mio says the good thing without internet, Asterism is not as popular as right now. Because
Right.
they cannot spread their information to the world. So this
Right.
is one of the very good things about the internet.
Right. And I think we all understand that as artists, and as an artist myself, the internet is very useful in making yourself popular. But at the end of the day, you're popular. Is that really paying the bills? That's what we have to think about as artists. And that's something that we have to think about, because everybody, you have your music and now you want to sell your music and your CD is available in Japan. But why should I buy your CD when I can go get it on YouTube? And I can just download your song, and I can get it over at Spotify for free, and I can go over here. And we have to think about that, because you put a lot of time and effort into your craft, and you deserve to make money and prosper doing what we love. And we have to think about ways on the internet, how yes, we can use the internet, but I also think that we have to, when it comes to music and things that are created, it has to be policed better, because otherwise, how can artists make money? What makes somebody go to the music store now and buy your CD when they can see it for free on the internet? That's something that we have to think about.
で僕たちはこう同じ音楽業界の人間としてこれから考えていかなければいけないのは、確かにインターネットはファンを増やしてくれる、見たり聞いたりしてくれる人を増やしてくれるけど、それ自体はお金を生まないよねって。例えば Facebook でライブを配信してるのも見てくれる人はたくさんいるけど、それ自体はお金を生まないし、お金を生まなければやっぱり音楽活動を続けていけないから、それをどうやってお金につなげていくかっていうのは、君たちはまだ若いけれども、そういうところは僕たちみんなが考えていかなければいけないことなので、そういうこともぜひ考えてほしいですと。はい。
Right. And so what I'm going to say to follow that up is always say, so yeah, it's much more difficult to sell our music because of the internet. So how do we thrive as artists? What's the solution? And I think most artists know that you're going to have to do more shows. You're going to have to go on tour. You're going to have to sell tickets, and that's where you're going to make your money. It's going to be a little bit more challenging nowadays to sell your CD. So keep that in mind. That, like, I think you have that on the right idea. Is that we want to go out on a world tour, and I think that's what we all think right now. That's the best way.
で結局インターネットで音楽が無料で聴かれるようになってから、ミュージシャンは昔みたいにレコードに売り上げてが入ってこなくなっているので、そのためにワールドツアーに出て、ライブでお金を稼ぐようになっているので、やっぱりその世界的なミュージシャンになるっていうことはになると当然のことながらライブをいっぱい海外でやるっていうのが大切になってくると思うから、そこのところはぜひ成功してもらうために覚えておいてほしいです。Yeah? Yeah.
You agree? Yeah, we all agree.
It's great.
Okay, so I basically have, those are all my main questions, but maybe one last question just to close out the interview
Yep.
is what advice would you as artists give to aspiring artists on how, you know, to get to the point where you are, to get popular, and, you know, whatever answer you have is acceptable. And I just, what advice do you have to rising artists in the industry on how to try to exceed at their craft?
Okay. 君たちはFacebook でたくさんのファンも獲得して、いわゆるライジングスターっていう申請としてポピュラーになってある程度成功してるけれども、今バンドを作ってこれから世の中に出ていこう、世界に出ていこうとしている人たちに何かアドバイスはありますか
Good one. Make you think.
考えて、はい、ちゃんと一言言ってください。とても重要なことなので、実際にこの間ね、ジョーさんのギターの写真を送ってくれた子がいるけど、そういう子たちもそうだし、今本当に英語でいうガレージバンドみたいなことをやっていて、よしこれから俺たちも頑張るぞっていう子たちに人たちにメッセージを送るのはとても大切なことなので、バンドとしてこうポピュラーになっていくのは何が大切ですかっていうのをそれぞれ自分の言葉でいいので、自分の考えでいいので言ってください。
はい、やっぱり楽器をやっていくときに、やっぱりテクニックとか、やっぱ追い求めていくと思うんですけど、アステリズムが評価されたのは、まあ、テクニックもまああるとは思うんですけど、なんか3人がちゃんと本気で音楽で向き合っているっていうところだと思うんです。なので、はい。なのでテクニックもそうなんですけど、やっぱり音楽をやっているっていうか、スポーツじゃなくて音楽をやっているっていうところは重要だと思います。
Okay. Mio said, with the people tend to chase the techniques of the instrument, and yes, it's quite important, but the people, the reason people love Asterism, that's because they love music, and they are very sincere to playing an instrumental. That's one of the important things for Asterism and other band as well.
Excellent. And I mean, some of the other responses we get from artists is, of course, everybody would know hard work, dedication, perseverance, and as a band, you have to stay strong. It's like a marriage. You know, it's the three of you. And if you're going to continue to make music for many, many years, you have to stay tight and strong. And I think that's what you guys have.
3人を見ていてすごく思うのは、3人の絆が強いなっていうのをすごく思うんですって。で、一般的に音楽業界でよく言われるのは、テクニックも必要なんだけれども、やっぱり言葉はあんまり良くないけど自己犠牲、も必要だし、そのペーシャンスも必要だし、で業界のちゃんとその時その時の現状を調査する力も必要だけれども、とにかくアーティストはメンタル面が強くなければいけないので、それにはメンバーがバラバラであるよりもメンバーがみんな3人揃って同じ思いでやってるっていう君たちの強さをすごく感じることができて頼もしいですと。はい。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. So that's all I have for today. And I just want to say thank you to Asterism for taking the time out to have this interview with Talent Raters. And we're delighted to do this interview with you. I'm a big fan of your music. Some people might get fooled by the tie, but I'm a big rock fan. I love hard rock. I love heavy metal. It's my favorite genre. And you guys really lay it down. And we in America hope to see you here in shows someday, and we hope that Asterism will be rocking out for many, many years to come, because I think you guys have that unique element that it takes to be a long-lasting band, and so thank you for that, and thank you for the good music that you're putting out to us.
今日は本当に時間を取ってくれてありがとう。で、僕自身もアスタリズムの大ファンで、今日はね、こんな、タイにスーツとか着てるから、メタルファンからはよくからかわれるんだけど、でも筋金入りのメタルファンで、ロック大好きで、君たちは非常にユニークな、音を出すし、ユニークなバンドだと思っているので、ぜひ、国外へ出ていただき、アメリカでライブを生で見られるようにしてほしいなと思います。これから先もっともっと上に上がっていけるバンドだと思うので、ぜひ頑張ってください。
ありがとうございます。頑張ります。
You're welcome. And so my last thing to say would be to the world would be make sure you check out Asterism, check them out on Facebook, give them a like on Facebook, check them out. I'm sure they have Twitter and Google Plus and all the different places. Make sure you check out Asterism, buy their music. These are great musicians. They're young musicians. They're going to be here for a long time. And they definitely have a great rocker vibe and a great look. So everybody watch out for Asterism. Remember the name because they're going to be with us for a while. And thanks again for this interview. We appreciate it. Thank you.
彼が世界に向けて言いたいのは、とにかくアステリズムを聞けと。Facebook でもいろいろやってるし、YouTube にも動画が上がってるし、もちろん Twitter もやってるだろうし、とにかくいいから黙って聞け。で、アステリズムはこれからどんどんね、みんなの中に知られていくところが、とにかく彼らの音楽を聴いて、感じてみると絶対好きになるはずだということを世界に言いたいと言ってます。
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They are happy with
You're
your
welcome.
work.
Good.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. It was a pleasure. That's all I have for today, and we look forward to getting a copy of this recording so we can post this and also all of our social media sources and really boost you out. And it was once again, it was a pleasure. You guys are a pleasure to interview, and you seem like really sweet kids and musicians. So thank you.
もう本当に今日話ができて楽しくて、話してみたらやっぱり可愛いお子たちでだけどちゃんとすごくミュージシャンで楽しかったです。またね。
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Thank you
That's
very
it.
much.
So
See you.
say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Good luck.